Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today, I wanted to sort of take a deep dive into this speculation. It's been something that everyone has sort of talked about. I've heard about every sort of thought process about this. I've talked about it immensely in my guild. I've talked about it to pretty much everyone that I can think of that would have some good input on this. So now I'm going to talk about it with you guys and sort of see what you guys think and if this is worth it, how it's going to play out, and just sort of all that and more. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Nexus Crystals. So Nexus Crystals were introduced in patch 1.9. That was the AQ patch, I believe, and that allowed epics to be disenchanted for a Nexus Crystal. As you can see here with my add-on down there at the very bottom, you see that this will enchant into 1.5 Nexus Crystals. Now, what are Nexus Crystals used for? They're going to be used for enchants that also come out in AQ, and those are these glove enchants for shadow power, healing power, dodge, fire power, stealth, superior agility, and frost power. So all of these awesome enchants come out, and these all take 2 to 4 Nexus Crystals in order to do. And so when we look at those, we're like, oh wow, so we're going to turn epics into some awesome glove enchants, and that's pretty good. Now the catch is that we can't get Nexus Crystals yet. So I'm going to just sacrifice one of these mini epics I've been saving. So right here you see these are core forged greaves. They're supposed to be Nexus Crystals, however, Nexus Crystals are not out in the game. So we're going to disenchant this, and there we go. We actually got 4 large brilliant shards out of that. So that's what they turn into right now. Large brilliant shards actually are going up on my server because of all the Silithus stuff. You're able to farm those abyssals and dukes by using a large brilliant shard on that item in order to craft it to get the thing. So pretty awesome there, and just some use out of these brilliant shards if you so choose to disenchant these items right now. I'm kind of torn on it, honestly. I've scattered the forums. Blizzard is yet to do a blue post. I've seen like 4 or 5 people ask if they know what's going to happen with them, who's doing what we're going to do, and I just haven't seen anything. So like, if you guys have found a blue post, please put it in the comments. I would love to see that. I would love to get some more information on this, but right now it's going to be all speculation. But speculating is kind of been pretty easy to do with Classic because we know what's coming. It's just sort of how they implement it. So my best guess for how they're going to implement this is when we look at retail, when say like they get to their in patch of an expansion, so like they're on I think 8.3 or something right now with Battle for Azeroth. When they released Narjatar, they came out with a bunch of new mats and enchants that were higher than the previous ones, and so new stuff will then disenchant into that type of material, or if it's from there it will, whereas the old stuff will not. So if you had old epics, old things like that, they're not going to disenchant into the new stuff. And the reason for that is because they started time-stamping items to make sure that they weren't going to disenchant into so like you can't stockpile a ton of blues and disenchant them into getting the new crystal or shard or whatever essence it is. And so with Classic, the very first time they did this was introducing the Nexus Crystal, introducing something you got for the epic enchants. And so what we're pretty much deciding is if all of these epics that I have saved right here, if these are going to be timestamped or not. And I really don't know. We're just at the point where like MC, we're only looking for Chokers of the Fire Lord, Rings of Spell Power, even some Toeps. I know our other group that raids on Thursday night. They don't even need toe-ups anymore. Like, all their mages and warlocks have them. It's kind of insane for that group. And so, like, we get a lot of trash gear. Like, I'm getting Warlock Tier 1 robes, just Warrior Tier boots, some legs from Priests. You know, those are Priest Tier 2 legs, and I'm just holding on to them to disenchant. So, it's kind of like, we're doing it for a few specific items. We get all these epics, so I'm trying my best to stockpile them, sort of seeing what we can do. I just our raid leader gives them out to healers and other people like that to try and disenchant, and so when he does that, I just PM them and see if I can buy them for vendor price and whatnot. So, well, right now the sun is coming out and hitting right in the window, so I'm kind of going invisible. So we're going to pause the video real quick, and we will continue our talk when the sun decides to go away. Alrighty, guys, so sorry about that. I decided to hang up a blanket to block the window because, you know, the sun was being obnoxious today. I just usually don't record at exactly 9 a.m. when the sun is beaming through that window. So, you know, that's what we're doing. But anyway, why I believe that we will see us getting Nexus Crystals in AQ, and why I'm stockpiling those epics is because they were in patch 1.12, and what that means is historically we're on the next Ramus patch, so we are on the end of vanilla. So why they have the technology to timestamp our epics, they didn't back then, and they didn't go back in time in order to do it. So what I think is going to happen is, like, they should be Nexus Crystals right now, historically speaking. They're just not because they have it switched off. So what I think is when AQ comes out and we get that patch and they switch it on, we'll be able to see, and they'll just become Nexus Crystals instead of Brilliance. And so it's just up in the air for what they'll do. I also believe that they will, because they haven't said no yet. You know, it wouldn't be hard for them to say no unless they had a really good, like, system in place. Because back in vanilla, the technology wasn't there, and so it, like, their ability to do that now is up in the air. So, most importantly, why you want to save these is because you're going to profit from them. Like, Large Brilliant Shards, about 3 gold per. If people are vendoring them, just offer to buy the epic for vendoring price if you're an enchanter. Only enchanters can do this, but saving them and stockpiling them isn't going to hurt you. I don't see any way that would make it hinder or hurt you. So it's either it's a win-win. Like, you're either going to win in the fact they become Nexus Crystals, or you're going to win in the fact they become Large Brilliant Shards, and you can sell those again. Now, it's just, I can't give an answer, and I really, really, really wish I could, because then we could plan accordingly. We could get everything going towards the end game. We could really know how much we need. This would help on a guild level so much, because you could, like, catalog how many epics you have, how you could turn those into those enchants, like how you could provide the glove stuff for people, and just so much that you could do with having a yes or no answer instead of it just being a confusing free-for-all. But anyway, if you're, whatever your guild decides to do, guys, you can definitely, you know, work with your looters, whatever profession you have, just sort of talk about it, see what you can get a system in play, because those glove enchants are going to be tremendous. And Nexus Crystals are only obtained by epics, which for about 99% of the epics in Classic, they are in raids, other than the world drops, which most of them are up in the air for what they turn into. But anyway, guys, that's sort of everything I believe on Nexus Crystals, why I believe they will be in there. if you have any questions or thoughts or would like to discuss if you think they will or will not become them, please let me know. I'd be happy to hit you guys up in the comments or chat about it, see what we can come up with. And if you have any insider information or anything like that can give a definitive answer, please put a link and cite some proof, because I've been scouring the forums. I spent a few hours yesterday looking for these, and I have absolutely no answer. I can just speak for what we've seen thus far in Classic with like the PvP enchants and things like the PvP gear, the blues that were Nax patch originally, but they gave them to us because we are on the Nax patch, stuff like that. And so it's just really tough to get this pinpointed. But these are my thoughts on what I think will happen with Nexus Crystals and why you should just save your epics anyway. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And please stay safe out there. Make sure you're washing your hands and doing what you can to distance yourself. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.